Family, what it do? Listen, we into this Kelsey Nicole interview, man, and we're gonna get her side of things. So far is the first 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a bunch of nothingness. But now we're supposed to get into the meat and the potatoes. So let's get into it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Feel free to comment along on the video. We gonna talk about it. Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? That I wasn't, I'm able to articulate myself well enough and not allow the drama or that stuff, just overshadow like how I truly feel, Yeah. I think that's very important. Yeah, I didn't want to take an interview or sit down with anybody until I was past that part, and
Smart.
yeah, and I had earlier this year, I was like, you know what? I think this is the year that I want to open.
No, the year you was hell no. The year was when you was on that stand. I don't understand what the difference between then and now. Tell it. Like, that shit is bothering me, bro.
Open up more, let people into my life a little bit, and maybe hope this will help them understand me more. Maybe I'm related, maybe my story will help somebody else, So, and I think it's also a part of like the healing process.
I'm so sorry, y'all, but her story consists of nothingness. Bro, you ain't told no story. Your chest is heaving. I know you nervous. The fuck, man?
Maybe this will help.
And it absolutely will. You can't, when we listen to music, how many musicians do you hear that you're like, this music is absolutely terrible, right? but they still get 2.5 million listens a month because they are able to reach through to somebody.
Right.
There's always somebody that's going through the same thing you're going through.
Absolutely.
That's nature. You know what I mean? So there's so many people that, yeah, they'll sit there. There's so many people that'll sit there and troll you, but there's so many people that don't even have courage to type to you to tell you, hey, how did you do it?
Right.
How did you still find a way to navigate through
all of it?
And that's something that we'll get to.
I'm sorry, y'all, but it just seemed like she is about to have a heart attack. Are y'all looking at her chest? Like
For now, I was thinking about how it all began with Meg. How did you meet her? I believe you were in college with her, and that's how the two of you became friends, correct?
Right.
So how did that go about?
I want to say 2013, 2014. Sorry, I'm not good with the timeline and things of that nature, but we actually both enrolled into a summer program at Prairie View. And it was only so many people who got selected to be in this program. And so we met there. We met at college during the summer. I had this crazy bright red hair. And I honestly was a tomboy. You catch me in the gym hooping with the boys, you know what I'm saying, working out. So it's crazy how we both came together because
she was like Kobe.
You know what I'm saying? I was a to myself type of person. So it's crazy how we even gravitated towards each other because we was two totally different types. Yeah, like she's always been who she, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The wild. Like,
I would have thought she would have been like the center.
Nah, she was she was a party girl. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how we gravitated towards to each other.
It's shit like this. I'm already not gonna like. You see how she's trying to separate we were both different. She was more like the party girl. So I want to know too. Did you graduate from Prairie View? Because while Meg was partying and fucking every man in the industry and doing shows and this, she still seemed to graduate. So when I don't like that. Don't highlight. I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all at the end because I can already see where the fuck she about to go to the interview.
But we definitely met in college at Prairie View. One night she had invited me to a kickback, and it was just me, her, and a whole bunch of guys from the basketball team. And it was a vibe. Like they were playing instrumentals, they were freestyling, again, it's just me, her. I think it might have been one other female, but wasn't nobody paying attention to her. You know what I'm saying? So the guys, that's what you do. You sit around, play beats, and freestyle. And she hopped up in the freestyle, and that shit was what the fuck? Mind you, I come from a music background, so I didn't know what I know now when it comes to, I guess like different positions in the industry, how you can be this person to an artist. But I just knew music because of my father. Yeah. So when I heard her, I was like, this girl got something. You know what I'm saying? So we met. That happened. I told her like, hey, you need to let me record you and put you on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And she, at that time, she wasn't as confident in that area. Yeah. So she was like, nah, I don't think so. I said, no, you are a star. You know what I'm saying? You are a star. Let me just record you, and I'm going to create you a YouTube. I'm going to create your email, and I'm going to put you on YouTube. And this is how people go viral. And I want to say the next day she came back, and she was like, okay, you can record me, but it got to be to this beat. It was a MJG Nate Ball instrumental, Show Enough. And recorded her on my cell phone, edited on Movie Maker, put that shit on YouTube, named the video. I named it Killing Shit, because I was like, you killing shit. Like, we gonna name this shit Killing Shit. And shit from there, like, she became viral on the campus. Like, that girl could rap. That's the girl that rap. And shit, from there, everything just kind of spiraled. And we stayed connected. I believe after the whole semester, I ended up going my separate way. I moved. She moved. She went to a different college. But, we stayed connected, and that's how that happened.
So
she basically co-founded Megan. She put Megan on the map. Let's keep on.
You found her.
Really,
that's how it works. You were the A&R in her career.
That's why I said, if I knew what I knew now, yeah. And I've never really just talked about it, because I'm not going to say I don't give myself enough credit for certain things, but it just wasn't one of those things where it's like, I felt like needed to be spoke on, I guess, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But it's a very important part of our story.
Yeah.
And I think it wasn't until 2018 where I really realized, like, damn, maybe that moment was really something. Yeah. Because her mom, rest in peace, pulled me to the side. We were in LA at a Airbnb. She had a music video down there for Big Ol' Freak. And her mom pulled me to the side. And I'll never forget that conversation, because that was one of our last conversations before she passed on. And she just told me, like, thank you. I'm like, thank you? Thank you for what? She said, we wouldn't be right here today if it wasn't for you. And that stuck with me forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn.
From mom.
Yeah, nah, that's for real. I've never told nobody that. Only the inner circle knows about that.
Does she credit you for it?
I don't think so. There's a few interviews out there you can go find where she did speak on it, but it was never like me and her had never had that conversation, like thank you for doing this. You know what I'm saying? But I never thought nothing of it.
I mean, are you supposed to ask, like, hey, don't you forget? Like, nobody wants to really play that role.
No, but it wasn't even one of those things. Like I said, I did it, and I genuinely did it because I really knew, like, she had something, and I just wanted her to show that to the people.
See, this is where I'm getting confused. You genuinely knew she had it. But then 10 years later, you're regretting that you didn't do what you needed to do to capitalize off of it. So my whole thing was, is it genuine at that point? And I really want to have this conversation in the comments, because we just talked about the shit with friendship earlier. And it's blowing me that this is a perfect thing. So was it genuine? Because you were saying at this particular time, now listen, now we're going to go through this shit right, because I don't want to say nobody in these comments saying toot you biased. She said in college that she was the one that was very quiet, the tomboy. Meg was the wild person, the crazy, the one that was out there. All right. She don't even know how they gravitated to each other. So you're basically saying, but at the same time, you heard something in her that was just crazy as hell. You got this experience from growing up with your dad. You are already in the industry, according to you. You said that you wanted to continue your dad's legacy after he passed away. This is what you was doing. So you're doing the music shit, and you going to Prairie College with Meg. So at this particular time, you like, Meg, you got something. I want to put you on the internet just to show people how special you are. So was that moment genuine, or did you do that with the whole point of wanting to capitalize on it? See, that's why people got to be honest. If a person want to fuck with me because they want to get on the train and try to get this money together, show me that. Tell me that. Let me know that's what the agenda is. Don't make it seem like we're friends, and then later on in life, I gotta owe you something. See, that's what you're not gonna do, and that's what this shit is feeling right now. This is crazy as hell to me.
And it wasn't one of those things where I was like, oh, I did this for you. And nah, I never, I didn't.
And then to say that you never spoke on this before. But everybody in the inner circle, no, I'm so happy that there is an inner circle. And just don't speak on conversations where the other party can't say nothing. Because see, this is pissing me off a little bit.
Really, I overlooked that.
Yeah, you probably didn't even think of it until her mother said something, right?
Until her mom said something. Right. And of course, it stayed with me.
So there is a video of Meg mama telling her that?
But I still never was like, oh, you don't need this because of me.
Where my roses?
Right. Where's my plaque? Nah. But nah, it was never like that for me at all. I was just happy that she made something from it.
I mean, look, I guess you got a career in being an A&R. That's where you should be with it.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. Stay tuned. Yeah, there you go. Stay tuned. I might be somebody's A&R soon. Okay. There you go. Y'all never know. But I'm working on a few things. But that was the start of our friendship. And of course, I kept trucking and doing my own thing after I left PV. I didn't finish college.
She didn't finish PV. But Meg was the party girl. Okay.
I kept doing my own thing, and I was still involved in the Houston music scene. Mm-hmm. So, my work with her doing her thing, she was on her rise, and me doing my own thing within the Houston music scene. She wanted me to come with her and be on her team because she needed somebody that she could trust and somebody that obviously was knowledgeable in that area. So that's how all of that transformed.
Is that how your life as an entrepreneur began?
No. My life as an entrepreneur, like I said earlier, when my dad passed away in 2017, he had left, when he passed away, he had an unfinished album.
Okay.
So it was my job as his
I call big ass cap.
Oldest daughter, you know what I'm saying, and somebody who had connections, I felt like was my duty to complete that album for him. So I had to go hawk down every session, find out every producer he worked with. I had to find somebody to help me get graphics and stuff like that for his album.
Sounds like you were the A&R of that project.
Yeah. And I am. And even then, I didn't know what an A&R was. I'm just doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I put the album out. I was in the streets selling them, like literally CDs, pushing them in the streets, getting his content together, rolling it out. And that's how the journey of Kelsey and my business, Can Management, started. Before he passed away, he sent me a message and was like, hey, Slim Thug needs models for his music video. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of the things I looked back into, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do what he wanted me to do. He wanted me to be in the scene. So I then started being in music videos for these artists. I'm not really an in front of the camera type of person, but it was good money for me.
Yeah.
So
and a good look.
And a good look. So I ended up, girls would hit me up, Kelsey, because I was always on a set. So girls would hit me up like, Kelsey, how do I do that? How do I do this? I was like, you know what? I'm going to start a casting agency. And that's how that transpired.
Fire. So you really like I can only imagine your father had to look down and he's got to be incredibly proud of,
Oh,
you
yeah.
being able to finish that project.
Oh man, what he would have been like, how the F did you do that? Because I had no knowledge. I had no knowledge on how to do this type of stuff. Yes, I was, like I said, he was he was a rapper, and I was around him at shows and stuff, but I'm just being his child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The
I'm
inner
not
workings is different.
exactly. So I literally had to learn this stuff. I had to just figure it out, you know, and that's what I did. And yeah, it was beautiful. We had an album release.
We're gonna look at
Everything.
some stuff after this video because see, she's lying about a lot of shit. And I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. Everything she's talking, I'm researching as we're going along. She just said that her father died in 2017. His last album went in on 27. Let me tell you something. She ain't did no album. It's 10 on this man's discography. Can't even get it out. That his last album, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, came in 2000. So maybe hers just didn't make it. Or whatever. We also gonna get into this YouTube page that she created for Megan Thee Stallion. We found the killing shit video. We gonna look at all that. Because see, what you not finna do is go and insult my intelligence. Now, you might been able to do that shit for the judge, jury, and even Tory's ass. But dog, she capping. And see, this is what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got this whole narrative that Meg victimizes herself. She's selling herself as a victim. But to be perfectly honest, Meg has been very quiet about certain things. And I'm looking at this interview right now, and it's pissing me off. It is.
So, like I said, that's how I started developing the knowledge in that area and just started my own thing.
That's dope. And so with all that said, a lot of people in the media, they throw around the term best friend loose. I mean, not just in the media, everywhere. It's best friend. Everybody's your best friend, right? Like this person's your best. Oh, we're best friends.
Oh, yeah,
they see me with Kato every day. They think I would actually be best friends with this guy. You know what I mean? but it's the narrative that goes around, right, with everybody. Was Megan Thee Stallion actually your best friend for that period of time?
Yeah, I believe she was my best friend at that time. I trusted her. She trusted me. I would like to believe that it was genuine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know I was genuine. So, yeah, I think, she was my best friend. Shit. And she seen me as the same. But people do throw that best friend term around loosely.
Yeah.
You'll meet somebody and then be their best friend the next day, but it's all for a look. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's gonna be on that. What's up, twin?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm like, nah, I'm not loosely throwing no best.
We skip best friends and
went to
twins.
twins. Nah, I'm not loosely throwing that term around because that comes with a lot. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but I felt like she was my best friend at that time.
Yeah, it's the word brother for men. You know what I mean? They're like, you know, like there's a good friend of mine, Marco. He absolutely hates it every single time when somebody calls him brother. You can see his face change.
Like, I'm not your bro.
Like why would you even? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he tries to stay quiet about it, but it is true for women. It's like, you know, the bestie.
Yeah, I'm
You know what I
not
mean?
doing none of that. You know, she's my associate, but I'm not fixing to just put that label on nobody like that.
anybody.
Nah, I'm scared to even make friends now. So I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna have a best friend. I don't know about all that. They scare me now.
Shit, you probably scaring them.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of friends, how did you meet Tory?
I met him at an industry event,
With Megan?
the Rock Nation brunch.
I told you, with the purple. Yeah. I got it all in my video, y'all, because she lying about a lot of shit. But yeah, the purple, when they was laughing and shit like that, that's when she first met Tory. Let's keep it going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where we met. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, sure.
What was that like? You got this 5'2" guy walking up to you.
Honestly, like, I don't have, other than obviously the infamous night, I don't have nothing bad to say about him, you know.
Because he never walked, let's clarify, because he never walked up to her. He never did that. You feel me? I wish everybody to get that out of their brain. Man, everybody's up under this thing that Tory walked up to Kelsey. Kelsey, man, you somebody I want to court. They had nice dinners and fucked on the beach and things like that. Y'all think it was a relationship and it was not. I don't even... Bro, chill out with that narrative. It's pissing me off, bro. That's why she can't say nothing. She don't have a story. Listen, if Tory, let's be real. If Tory really courted her, don't you think that would be the first fucking thing she would be saying right here in this interview? It went from the Rock Nation brunch to the infamous night. So you want to keep up this narrative of a betrayal. If anything, he was giving dick to you both. You know good and damn well he was giving dick to Meg first. You didn't even know this nigga until the brunch. So how could you say who he was giving dick to first? But everybody want to say that he betrayed her. Y'all gotta catch up, man. Y'all be fucking sleeping, you goddamn man.
We didn't count as we did have.
Boy.
He had good energy. He was happy. He was cool. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him outside of all that.
Nothing about his hair or anything?
You know what's crazy? Y'all know what's crazy? I didn't even know about the hair part.
Really?
Until after everything. until after that night, and you start seeing.
So you didn't know that nigga had a wipe-off head, but that was your man. I didn't date Tory. I ain't fucked Tory once, but I knew I couldn't grab that nigga by his head. How you knew you couldn't palm him? How? If that was your man. You mean to tell me you didn't know that? Bruh, girl, stop.
People spin that picture in the media, and I'm like, what the fuck? Is that for real?
I'll be around this nigga.
I never knew like that was a thing like that. You know, I didn't know about all that.
I always been a fan of Tory's music, and that's one of those things that like when people said that, I just was like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, what's up with your man's hair? I'm like,
yeah, nah,
there's something going on with that.
That's crazy. You can't take that away. He got great music, but.
So how did he get Kelsey?
How did he get Kelsey? You know, out of respect for y'all know I'm in a relationship and
Bro, I thought you was in a marriage. Can we see the DNA to the son? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna ask a question. Tell her to come on the Toot Project. I need her to do that.
you know, that was years ago. I don't even want to elaborate on that.
Because it wasn't. It wasn't no get together. Kelsey, keep it a stack, man. You lying like shit. Y'all want to be talking about Meg lying on Gayle King. She lying on the Danza Project, and y'all better have the same energy.
Okay. I was just wondering if he like sang to her or something, you know?
No, he ain't saying her. No, he ain't saying her, but he did sing to Meg, Queen and Slim. He talked about loving the hell out of Meg. So if y'all need to be able to know who he's sons, who go there. So, I mean, if it was a relationship, I don't understand why he professed it to Meg and not to Kelsey. If he was the one that she portrayed. Man, y'all gotta chill with this shit, bro. It's pissing me off so bad, dog.
Nah.
She's in a relationship or a marriage.
So obviously there's so much that went on with that I would imagine that's very painful to talk about.
Yeah.
Betrayal.
She ain't gonna talk about it. Danza Project, man, y'all done wasted your whole time. Y'all done wasted about 10 SD cards with their bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And is that where the friendship ended? Is that night how the friendship ended between you and Meg?
You know, what's crazy is it's still so unclear to me.
I can tell you, I got the videos. It did not end that night. It did not end that night at all. It ended when you was mad that Megan didn't speak up to you as being the victim. You said it. I got it on my video when you said it. You don't know how you don't even know the shit you said. And I do. Bro, I'm telling you, I wish she'd let me interview her. No, I'm going to tell the whole truth. Y'all folks, let's tell it like it is. I got the video. I can tell you exactly when the friendship ended. She felt like the friendship was over when she felt like Meg wasn't coming to her defense in the media. And I quote, those were her words. Man, you are a cap, Kelsey. You know you needed some bread. Talking about Victoria, Texas, and you carrying on the legacy, nigga. You ain't got no bread. Man, this girl lying, man.
Got here. Right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you consider somebody your best friend. You call them your sister. You're with them every day. You know what I'm saying? I would like to say no, the whole situation of her doing whatever behind my back, that is not why we fell out. It's so unclear to me why we fell out. I'm a type of person that likes to communicate things. Some people don't like to communicate.
It's a task for people, some people.
Right.
So why everybody named mama talk about, oh my God, they fell out because of a betrayal? No, it wasn't, because it wasn't no betrayal. Kelsey didn't know that Tory was probably giving dick to Megan. I don't know how. They spent the whole quarantine together. You feel me? But she got mad because she thought that dick or her cooch was going to trump Meg's. And let me tell you what it is. See, while she over here acting like, dog, oh yeah, she cared about her and her wanted to get on. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You wanted to one-up her finally. You had been in her shadow. You feel me? And you finally wanted to one-up her. And you thought it was that little cooch of yours was going to change, and it wasn't. Nigga, man, this whole industry cap. She's cap. I don't care what none of y'all folks say. She cap. She cap. She been cap.
Right. But you would think when you have this, when you're close to this person and this person is supposed to be, you know, like your best friend, your family, your sister, like you would be able to talk about these things and, you know, agree to disagree. You don't even have to, you know, people grow and everybody has a season. So if that was just the end of our season, I feel like we should have been able to just have that conversation.
Yeah.
And it would have been fine. You don't have to end in, you know, chaos or can't move on with peace, you know.
You want, so you wanted to have a conversation. You think a person would want to conversate with you when you are watching a grown-ass man dog this girl out. I'm talking about, and you were there that night. You know what the fuck went on, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I read your 29,000 page affidavit too. You said that Tory whooped your ass that night too. You feel me? And I also got the videos of a lot of shit. We can go through it after this. Because I'm telling you just like this, I got the receipts. Certified, my nigga. So I'm just saying, what I'm not understanding is that you wanted to have a conversation, but yet at the same time, you wanted to be quiet as fuck when this grown-ass man was crucifying her, making it seem like she didn't know what she was talking about. So she's supposed to be vocal in with you, but then you don't supposed to say shit when she getting crucified, bro? Bro, if y'all don't get the girl away from me, shout hey.
No, I'm the type of person that likes to move on with peace.
Yeah.
You know, I can respect that people grow.
Boy,
But I guess I don't know if it's a thing where people feel like they don't like to face the reality of things.
It's easier.
Is it
easier
easier
not to face the music and actually
talk about what, you know, the problems or what's wrong?
It's
or
easier to do that. Let's just pretend like everything, you know what I'm saying?
No, let's just pretend like she's okay and her breathing is intact. She needs a citalopram. She's about to have a panic attack because she capping. You dig what I'm, man? This is some bullshit.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, we live in.
I'm not saying it's right.
It's like walking into a relationship.
I don't want Megan to say not one
you
thing.
Tell is dead, and actually sitting down and having a conversation about why you want to end the relationship, to terminate it. It's a lot easier for somebody to go cheat or to run off, and it's difficult to sit down and say, hey, it doesn't work, because now you're looking at somebody and you got to actually make that decision. I had a relationship like that once where the first 6 times I said I don't feel that way, I was a chicken shit. Like I backed out of it every time. No, I was just I guess I was in the moment. I don't really mean it. Maybe I wasn't, and then I'm with her for another.
Then you're back
2
with her,
months
and you're
3
not
months.
really happy, right? See, for me, I feel like everything was okay before that, as far as what I thought. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if she just took that opportunity to just say, like, fuck it.
No, she took that opportunity to say, I'm not finna be around your ass. Because even after this girl stepped on glass, you feel what I'm saying? You still was entertaining Tory Lanez. That was the issue. Let's call a spade, bro. Y'all out here, y'all looking at the wrong female. Y'all mad at Meg, but she the one at the, man, what?
Right?
So much was going on at that time.
Right.
Like, I'm sure everything kind of just...
It was fast. Believe it or not, that was my last time ever seeing her.
Really?
And it's crazy. how do you go through something like this with with somebody, with your best friend, your sister, and you just push them out so easily? I don't know. I'm a different type of person, I guess.
You really are. Because in front of the world, she went out, and it's clear now, right, that she went out and lied in front of the world, said I was never with him and stuff like that. And you weren't the type of person that went out screaming to the media that said, yes, you were. You just stayed chill. You stayed yourself throughout all that.
Yeah, and it wasn't an easy thing to do because there were so many times I wanted to go off, clear my name, defend my name, up against these lies. And
so defend your name right now. Everybody said that you was the one that popped Megan. Did you or didn't you? That's all we here for, bro. That's what I'm understanding. You clear your name when it's slandering your so-called sister and best friend. That's when you want to clear your name. But you can't clear it up. Let's just clear it up.
But they say, like, people who run to tell their story first, they do it because they're scared of, like, the truth. You telling.
Yeah, because go to say it. Because Tory said, let's go back. Y'all hear what she just said.
But they say, like, people who run to tell their story first, they do it because they're scared of, like, the truth. Telling your truth.
Yeah.
You telling your truth. You see what I don't like her. I'm sorry. I try to give her a chance. I don't like her. I'm letting you know right now. And I know me not liking her ain't gonna matter. It probably won't. But it makes me feel better. I don't like her.
So they gotta paint this picture of you.
Let that be the narrative.
And make people believe you're this bad person before you can do it to them. You know what I'm saying? My intention is never to, like, paint somebody as a bad person. But my story, unfortunately, has to reveal these people's character. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they want that. You don't want
yes, we do. Hell yeah, we do. It's been 4 years. Of course we want that. All of us want that. Tory want that. Megan want that. We all want it. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's needed, my nigga. So please reveal your character or whatever, your truth, so we can see their characters. Kelsey, it's simple. What happened that night? You talking about painting you and shit? Man.
Tell my side of the story. Because it's going to reveal, like, things about you that is just, like, not right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So doesn't it bother you when, I did see the clip where she's like, oh, you better speak up or you better say anything, like.
Is that the one recently?
Yeah. It's like, you
so
don't want me
many
to speak up. But I feel that with the time that she did spend with you and that she knows of you, she knows that you are the type of individual
exactly
that
I don't like.
She uses that to her advantage.
To her advantage.
She's a big girl. She's probably always.
Man, y'all sitting here helping this girl with some words. No, it ain't. You just said that you stood on principles. You just said in the beginning of this interview. You just spoke to your character at the beginning of this interview. You said there's just certain things that you wouldn't allow because of your father, because of your mother, because of God, and all of the things that you've been through. So you mean to tell me, you know what I mean, by this time you would still let somebody disrespect your character if they've been lying over you? She ain't even making no sense, yo. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This was a waste of SD cards. I knew it was going to be a 2-hour of nothing video. You can go in the shade room. I said it. I said she ain't going to say shit.
Looking down on people.
I totally agree with that. Not the big girl part. Not the big girl part. The part about, she knows my true character. So she knows, like, even though, yes, if it comes down to it, whatever, I'm going to handle my business.
Yeah. Handle it.
I don't go out and seek drama. I'm not a confrontational person, but if it has to be that, then that's what it is. But I would prefer to not have to go there. You know what I'm saying? And these are things that, she does know. I'm not the type of person. I'm not fixing to get on the internet and do all that.
You know what, Dan's a project, man, and I'm not taking away from these men because I'm gonna honestly tell you, I think their platform, the way they interview was amazing. But she came over here because she probably sent your ass a 50-page document of what you couldn't ask. And the reason why she didn't go to Rolling Stones and all of the other places that she was saying that she chose to decline is because they wasn't going to hear that shit. You feel me? Because they're bigger. They're conglomerates. Rolling Stone and goddamn interviewed everybody from the fucking from the Beatles to Michael Jackson. They're not going to put up with this bullshit that Kelsey's doing. And that's the reason why you decline. Let's be real. Don't be acting like you declined and you wanted to give a smaller platform a chance, you know what I'm saying, and all that because it was something that you felt. Fuck that. That's cap too. You didn't go to them because they was going to ask the questions that needed to be asked. All we doing right now is having a continuation of you trying to goddamn demoralize this girl's character. You ain't saying shit right now to me. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that anybody can entertain this shit is crazy.
No, again, I don't want to. I
Nah.
prefer not to get too into detail about those types of things. But I did want to ask: is that night, the infamous night, the night that you actually found out about the betrayal?
It's crazy. Yeah, it is. It is. To my knowledge, shit. Other than that, like shit, she was 100.
Yeah.
To my knowledge. So yeah, it did end up coming out that night that she had been betraying me or whatever, and of course it's like.
So when you said she been betraying me, be specific. See, I don't like when bitches do shit like this because see now people can't misquote her. Say it with your chest, Kelsey. Say yes, that is the night that I found out that Meg was fucking Tory. Say what it was. See, she's saying the betraying part because it still leaves people to guess what the betrayal was. You're lying. Okay? This is cap.
Like,
I'm gonna let y'all
damn.
listen to the rest of this shit.
Why it had to come out
For
like
real.
this? Like we should be able to. You should be able to come to me and say this. That way we can laugh in these niggas' faces, not
Yeah.
these niggas laughing at us.
Supposed to be on the same team.
Right, exactly. And so, but for me, it's never about like, I'm not fixing to fall out with nobody about behind no guy.
Yeah.
That's like the last
You just said it was betrayal though.
thing. You know what I'm saying? But of course, there are principles. And of course, when you are this tight with somebody, we should never have to do that to each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I did find out that night. Yeah.
Now the pain.
Now I want y'all to also pay attention to it. I want y'all to pay attention because she said that this was not the first time Megan did it, but she's not speaking on that yet. She said this was the first time that she found out about the betrayal. Now, see, to me personally, if I'm somebody who done been through some shit, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that was the first time that I found out about the betrayal. But listen, also, in 97, she did it again. Because everybody got this narrative that this been an ongoing thing, that she just been fucking all Kelsey's men. So let's see if Kelsey's gonna bring that up. That it was a man before Tory. I'm dying to know that part.
That had the cause in your life. And you've mentioned it earlier. Being able to trust again. Like we got into it, right? This is your best friend. Now you're out in the world and it's like, okay, well, this person wants to be your friend. They're trying to, like, you could see your...
Serene, I'm so happy that you right here. I'm so happy that you here. Who was her best friend man? Serena. That's what we were just talking about. Who was her best friend's man? Clear that up for me. Because don't say it's Tory, because Tory said it, that she never dated this nigga. That he never dated her. And she just said it on this motherfucker. Tory ain't even stepped to her. So I want to know the man that you're talking about because I'm lost about the best. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who was the best friend that Megan fucked? I mean, the man. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I want to know who that person was. Because it wasn't Tory. So who was it?
Yourself.
Tell me the name in the comments.
It might be 5 years down the line where I find out that you're not this person. How
Right.
tough has that been for you in your life, letting people in?
Honestly, since that night, I've isolated myself completely. And I don't know if I've isolated myself. You know, sometimes you can...
Missy, I promise you to God, that's what it is. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand because everybody got this narrative that Meg fucked Kelsey's man. And they keep labeling Tory as her man. And that was never her man. And I wish people would understand that fact. Second of all, she just said on this here interview that the first time that she ever met Tory was at the Rock Nation's brunch. Tory and Meg was cool way before that Rock Nation's brunch. So what I'm trying to say is that Tory was fucking Megan first. Kelsey just admitted it. The interview said, so how did Tory step to you? She's pleading the fifth again. Oh, I'm in a relationship. I don't really want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. Because he didn't confront you, boo. Let's be real, man. Everybody know that Meg and Tory was fucking the whole quarantine radio. because she stayed over that nigga house faithfully. He got a song about Megan. So what I'm trying to understand is this narrative of everybody feeling like Kelsey was Tory's girlfriend. Because that's not the case. And media be fucking people's brains up, dog. I got all of the videos. I can prove everything that I'm saying right now. All you gotta do is scroll down and go to In the News. I got it broke down beautiful. All the way to the jailhouse call. Go and tap in, I'm telling you. Tap in, bro.
Self-sabotage, right?
She's
If
capped.
you stay in isolation too long. I've completely isolated myself and took myself out of environments that I normally would be in because I don't trust and because of the fear of, you know, the betrayal. It put me in a very dark space. And a lot of people don't know that because I guess if you don't share it on social media, it don't happen. Or if you don't express it on social media, you're not going through nothing. If I post a picture tomorrow smiling, they just think, oh, how Kelsey's just so happy. How are you happy through all of this?
So careless.
But you don't know, like, behind closed doors, I really go through shit. So,
I'm going to be honest with you, and then I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit more, but I'm kind of convinced. Let me just tell y'all my theory. Can I please tell y'all my theory real quick? And this is all alleged. But I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this woman because after this trial, when she had that baby, I got the pictures to prove it. She said she was married. But in this particular interview, she's referring to her marriage as only a relationship. I'm looking at her hands right now. I don't see not one wedding ring on her finger. Okay? I don't. Let me just tell you my theory with this shit. If you want to be honest, everybody feel like Meg is the victim. I feel like there was a lot of people playing in Meg's face. And I'm going to tell you why I feel this way. Okay? I do feel like Meg was fucking Tory first. Because she just said that she met this nigga for the first time in her life. Kelsey said she met Tory for the first time in her life at the Rock Nation brunch. That's what she said. Now, I honestly feel like Meg was probably fucking Tory way before the Rock Nation brunch. But we gonna say allegedly. You feel what I'm saying? This is what I feel like happened. Because what it's been, for the life of me, I could not understand why Tory would play for somebody's legal services. And I could not understand why Tory would not get on the stand and say that this woman, in fact, was the one who shot Megan. I couldn't fathom that. Why she couldn't do it. I also could not fathom why Kelsey, you know what I'm saying, would say one thing on an affidavit and then come back on a trial and plead the fifth. It was beyond me. I'm going to tell you what my theory is. My theory is this. I think that, yes, in fact, that Tory was fucking Meg. I also feel like that Tory didn't even feel like that he was supposed to fall in love, and he was. When I listen to the lyrics of Queen of Sim, that shows me a man that was in love with a woman. Like, I don't give a fuck what none of y'all niggas say. That's what I heard. You feel what I mean? For real. Hence to why the first thing this nigga did while he was in jail was call his supposed to be girl that he was also fucking. So you mean to tell me that you gonna call a girl that just found out betrayal was going on, but you call her from jail and you gonna ask her about Megan, the same bitch who she was motherfucking betraying you with? Don't make sense to me. Not at all. But let's keep on going. This baby of hers, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, look just like Tory's little ass. You know what I mean? I want to see a DNA test to it. I do. I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm not nobody important, but I'm just telling you what my thoughts is. I definitely want to see a DNA test on this little boy. And you know why? Because the only thing in the world, the only way in the world a man is going to protect the woman is if he got his seed involved. I'll show you the baby right after this motherfucking video, I will. I got all this shit on the video. Second of all, the person that she's supposed to have married is very, very good friends with Carl Crawford. Carl Crawford and Tory is like this. So let me ask you something. If I got a girl knocked up that so happened to be in this big ass fiasco of some shit that we got going on with a shooting, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, yeah, it's going to be certain people that's going to have to be protected. Y'all better start growing the fuck up. Listen. Go take a look at the baby, bro, and then come back and holler at it too.
Yeah, I definitely have a fear of meeting new people, letting people into my space because I don't know what their motive is. And yeah, there's times where I'm like, damn, I wish I had me a circle of friends that I can just go, let's go have some wine, let's go do something. But it's hard. It's hard to make those connections. And
Serena, I broke the whole goddamn case down. Her baby daddy / husband, you know what I'm saying, is he works for Carl Crawford. He was like an intern. You feel me? Tory and Carl Crawford is very cool. On that said video that I'm talking about, I put video up of showing you Kelsey, Tory, Carl, and her supposed to be BD all at the club vibing together. Swear to God, I got all that shit. I'm a smaller YouTuber, so niggas don't see my work. I'm very good at this shit. You dig what I'm saying? I will show you this shit. We're gonna see if she's gonna talk about the night, and if not, we're gonna get the fuck on off of this because she's cat. She's cat.
there might be genuine people that
She's
really
cat.
want to get to know Kelsey and be my friend. And
Don't nobody want to
genuinely
be your friend, Kelsey.
want good for me, but I don't know that because of the fear of, just the betrayal that I've definitely been inside.
Has that affected your drinking too?
The drinking, I don't.
Because
That night
shit,
affected my drinking,
right?
and I say that because I learned that shit is the devil. I was turning up.
Right.
Y'all knew us as
yeah.
the hot girls, dry the boat. When it comes to a point where alcohol, takes over, and
You see this narrative that she's spinning? She's still trying to point Meg as being the only one that was fucking stupid as hell that night.
you become a different person, it's time to let that shit go. Everybody's life
is
that
terrible,
night
y'all.
changed.
It's the ears. Ooh, the
Change.
ears is a
So I
dead
don't
giveaway. I'm gonna
even
show y'all
understand how
after
you
this
can
video.
feel.
I'll prove it to y'all.
Have a
Drink.
taste for that.
Have a taste
I
for
definitely
it,
would
want to
do
get
it.
drunk, any of that. You know what I'm saying?
I guess what you said makes sense, though. You obviously know more of who she is than possibly even she knows when it comes to that, because a lot of us don't recognize our demons. Shit under the
To be able to have the ability to recognize those things, I'm so thankful that I was able to see that. I want to say maybe 2 times after that night, I got drunk out of being emotional, right? And I think it was my birthday. My birthday was a month after that incident, and maybe one more time. And I'm like, nah, this can't keep happening. You know what I'm saying?
Not the same.
It gets the fuck. Yeah, nah, I can't.
like as we start walking back into the light in this specific conversation, I wanted to close that portion off with, there was an apology, and you seem like a very genuine person. Do you, when you think about the 2 individuals, Tory and Megan, I would imagine, by the way you carry yourself, you don't even want the worst for them. You probably genuinely want the best for them still.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's like a good or a bad thing, because some people would ask, like, people that I've had these conversations with, like within my family, how can you still have sympathy for them? You know what I'm saying? I guess that's, like I said, my heart.
For them.
People fuck up. Some mistakes you truly can't come back from. And you have to face consequences to some of the actions that, that you do. But prior to that night, this was my sister, my best friend. And, he was a friend to us. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, alcohol.
Listen to her context. Because everybody on this motherfucker saying that Megan went behind her back. She just told you. That night, I looked at her as my sister. She never once said she looked at Tory as, and that's the conversation that I'm looking for with this motherfucker. Man, that night, man, prior to that night, man, Meg was like my sister. This was my man. Ain't that what they say? My man, my man, my man. She has never referred to Tory that way. But everybody in this whole fucking world think that Meg dogged her and Tory was her man. Stop it. The proof been in the pudding. Megan ain't do shit to that girl. In this whole conversation, she never once brought up the other people that Megan did that with. Everybody in the industry right now saying, oh yeah, she backdoored Kelsey more than once. Don't you think this would have been a platform she would have told us? Bro, stop it. Yo, I'm done with this interview.